Hello students, how are you all? Yes, today we are going to see structural representation of organic compounds. What is structural representation of organic compounds? See, organic compounds, somewhere if you see, they may written in one type of formation like CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3 like that. If you see somewhere or some other place, we could write line structure. Only they may draw some lines or zigzag lines. Okay. Somewhere we can see the skeletal, all hydrogen, carbon are separately connected with a single bond. Okay. So based on that, we are going to learn today structural representation of organic compounds. Okay. So overall structure of organic compound we can write with four types of arrangement. The first one is Lewis dot structure. Lewis dot structure already we know that. Okay. Lewis dot structure, or we can say dot structure simply, right? The second one, dash structure. So dash structure, or this also called line bond structure. The third one, very simple, condensed structure. What do you mean condensed structure? Without writing all bond, we will write small compound. Then the last one, just ulta. See, line bond structure different from bond line structure. See, so first types Lewis dot structure already we have studied in chemical bonding. Clearly we know that we will write all the valence electron if it is participated or it is involved in the bond formation. We will write as a bond, remaining we will write as a dots. Okay, that we know very well. What about the dash line or dash bond or line bond? Okay, so this is nothing but we will write the single sigma bond between the carbon hydrogen or carbon carbon to represent the compound. Okay, see here we will use small dash line for indicating the bond formation, right? Indicates bond between them, right? So how you write? For example, you can write for propanol or methane. How do you write? All the bond you should write like this. Okay. And also, is there any double bond? See, we can write like this. Okay. Here you must know, right? Single bond means which have a unique name, that is nothing but sigma bond. You may study in chemical bonding in the molecular orbital theory. Single bond by overlapping head-on overlap. Sideways overlap means it will form bibond. So sigma bond. When comes double bond, one may be the sigma bond, one should be sigma bond, other one is bibond. Tell me, in the triple bond, the middle one is sigma bond, above and below are the bi bonds. Okay, right? Okay, so all the atoms separately connected with a bond. If you write the structure, that is called what? Dash structure or line bond structure. Okay, so here if you see all the double bond, triple bond, you can understand. Is there any heteroatom? Even though you can write the dash, that means one bond. Suppose if you want to represent any heteroatom, here is there any lone pair electron, that you can mention as a dots. Okay, as usual we will represent the dot structure, you know, like that, right? Third type, what is the third type of representation? That is nothing but bond condensed structure. See, condensed structure also very important, because maximum we will use condensed structures. Okay, see, we will omit all the bond, some other bond if you want between the carbon we will write. Okay, see, as usual we will write ethane, right? How will you write in the bond line bond structure? Ethane, how will you write in that? Okay, so we know all hydrogens were connected with carbon, so this structure you could write in another way, CH3 CH3, right? So this structure only called content structure, so we can reduce the number of bonds. If we want, we can reduce the carbon hydrogen bonds. Simply we can write the bond between the carbon carbon. Somewhere we will write like this also, CH3 CH3. So maximum we are removing the sigma bonds or some bonds except carbon carbon remaining will remove. That structure only called a condensed structure. The last one very important, bond line structure. See, bond line structure means, which is very important because in future we will use only bond line structure. Okay, right? See, here we are representing, not representing any carbon hydrogen atoms. Simply the carbon atoms were indicated with zigzag lines. Okay, see, all the corner of the terminal is considered as a carbon. In that, depending upon the structure, we have the hydrogen. Suppose if you write like this, all corner we have 2 hydrogen. It is terminal carbon. It may have 3 hydrogen. This is consideration. Okay. So likewise, we can write the bond line structure. Okay. Some examples we will see for all 4 types. Okay. The first one, propanol, C3H8O. What's the molecular formula for propanol? C3H8O. For this first structure, what is that? Complete skeletal structure. See, all the bonds we will write. Okay. Or we can say electron structure we will not write because already we know that we will write remaining 3 alone. First, for a skeletal structure, 3 carbons. Okay, and also we have oxygen with hydrogen. That means alcohol formation. So the second, that means line bond structure or dash structure for this compound. Then content structure, CH3 CH2 CH2 OH. Okay, line bond structure, very important, bond line structure, 1 2 3. Here we have alcohol. So this carbon indicates 1 carbon, first carbon, second carbon, then third carbon. Here we don't have any carbon, that bond between OH and the carbon. Okay, so the corner, zigzag corner alone considered as carbons. Okay, right. One more example we will see. Is there a double bond means 1,3 butadiene. This is also very important compound. So in the skeletal structure, then how you write in the content structure? Actually, I have written only in the content structure. How do you write? Dash line structure. See, here we have only 2, so 2 hydrogen, then double bond, 1 hydrogen, single bond, 1 hydrogen, double bond, 2 hydrogen. Okay, dash line structure. Then how do you write for bond line structure? Right, simple. I hope it is given like this. Okay, sir, I will write like this. That is also correct. Okay, only the thing, the corners indicated as a carbon, the double bonds as you know well. Okay, right. Then we can write one more example, butyl chloride, tertiary butyl chloride. What's the molecular formula? C4H9 chlorine, right? Tertiary butyl chloride, dash line structure, 4 carbon, right? In that each carbon we have 3 hydrogen. Here we have chlorine, right? In condensed structure, CH3, 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 Cl. Very important. How will you write in bond line structure? Very simple, right? So you must know how to write bond line structure first, because that is important or new to yourself. Okay, right. Now we are going to see some molecular structure, the three-dimensional structure of compounds. How will you write? Okay, so based on 3 types we will learn about structure, 3-dimensional structure of organic compound, right? So the first one is framework model. What is framework model? See, frame means we will say the outer line. Yes, yes. So framework model means what will happen like this. You may have only the lines or frame of the compound. Okay, it may not represent with any carbon atom or hydrogen atom. Only frames. Okay, that lines only indicates the bond between the atoms. Okay, so only the structure, how the bonds were connected between the atom, like if you able to understand that structure, only called a framework structure, right? See, you can see in the picture given the book, right? So only bonds for methane is given. Next structure, that is ball stick model. The second one is called balls and stick model. See, this is also very easy and important. Okay, see, it will represent the atoms as well bond. Previous one only represents bond between the atom. Here it will represent bond as well atoms present in the compound. Okay, so the ball like structures are represents atom. This line bond. So bond as well as atom, it could able to visualize in 3-dimensional structure. Okay, the last one we can understand, that is ball structure, sorry, space filling structure. So here one more information they are telling in the ball and stick model, right? Ball atoms, stick considered as a bond. Okay, that you can understand, right? And also which is not any related, or it is not related with the size of atom. See, all the atom, it is given the same size like balls. Okay, so size not considered, or size were not discussed in this or separated in this model. Okay, that is important point. The last one, space filling. Space filling is nothing but, you can know, you already know that the atom may bind it, or because of overlap they are existing as a compound. Yes, so they may have like a condensed structure. See, if you see, there are 5 atoms. All atoms are mutually overlapped each other. So we could see some arrangement, that is only called space filling. There is no representation between the atom as a bond. Okay, we don't have any bond structure, but all the atoms, how they connected, like we can see the structure. Okay, only balls or overlap we can see in this structure. Okay. Yes. Next we are going to see very important thing. That three-dimensional structure we can represent in the paper, or for learning purpose we need to write something, in easy way. You should write the compounds, okay, and also it should be the informative, okay, or all the information it should consist as well. It should be the smallest one or easy to understand. Likewise we are going to see some structure. Okay, the first one, that is nothing but Fisher projection formula. Before the Fisher projection formula, wedge formula we will see. What is wedge formula? See, the line we will represent with a different information, okay, depending upon the line or the bond we indicated between the atom, we will write different types of bond. Okay, different type means I am not indicating the double bond, triple bond or single bond. Okay, see here, based on the differentiation between the bond, we can able to understand the three-dimensional structure, right? So here we can write there are atoms A, B, C and D. Okay, so in this atom, okay, all are connected with carbon, because we are basically studying the organic compounds, right? So this carbon, capital C is indicated carbon. Okay, that carbon is placed in the middle, then A, B. Here we will represent two atom with the same type. Other two we are going to write. One is with a dot line, another one with a broad band. Like we will write. Okay. So from this, what you able to understand in the sense, see, these bonds are placed in the plane. Okay. Then this bond towards us, that means it is above the plane, right? This dotted line indicates below the plane. Okay, very important, because it is very important. Solid wedge, this only called solid wedge. This solid wedge indicate bond projecting above the plane. Very important. Which one is the above the plane? Solid wedge. Then dotted lines below the plane. Then these two AB bond, AB connected in the bond, it is on the plane or in the plane. See, my dear students, if you have four bonds, right, you just remember, I'm going to show small representation. Okay. Yes. Here you just consider a methane structure. Okay. Yeah. Right. So this, like, you just consider a methane structure, CH4, or A, B, C, D, like we can remember. Okay. Right. So in that, these two may in the plane, one above the plane, another one is below the plane. Above the plane is indicated with a solid wedge, broad bond. The dotted lines below the plane. These two ordinary dash line indicates on the plane, which is present on the plane. Okay. Yes. Now the next model, Fisher projection formula. Fisher projection. What do you mean Fisher projection formula? See, we are going to write a big compound. So all the compound we cannot write with these bonds or solid wedge. These bonds all are dotted lines like that. So we need some other representation. That is nothing but Fisher projection formula. See, in this Fisher projection formula, the horizontal, all the horizontal lines or in the plane of the paper. Okay, lines are in the plane, the horizontal substance pointing towards observer, that is also important. See, the horizontal we will write for tartaric acid. If you write the example, you could understand. For tartaric acid, I am going to write the structure, Fischer projection formula. So see, you need not write simply, which having some chiral carbons H, OH, OH, H, COOH. In this structure, listen carefully. These lines given like this, they are above the plane. Okay. Then the COH groups are connected with normal line, that is considered below the plane. Okay. So, or simply you can write this horizontal representation indicates all the bonds towards the observer. If you see, you are the observer. Okay. Then acid groups are opposite to the observer. Okay, listen carefully. So tartaric acid we can represent another format by changing the position of HOH. Two types of arrangement you could write. Right, both are different. It may having a similar structure, but there are difference that we will learn by using the conformational configurations. Okay, first you just understand how to write Fischer projection formula. There are two difference. One is horizontal line and one is vertical line. Horizontal line indicates which is towards the observer. The vertical line indicates opposite to the observer. Enough. Okay, next Sauer's projection formula. See, Sauer's projection formula. See, Sauer's projection formula just modification of Fischer projection formula. Here also we will take that bonds. Okay, is taken between the carbon is diagonally. For example, if you see CH3, this you can write this bond between the carbon diagonally. Here you can write the carbons. Okay, and also it is not ordinary size, it is elongated to understand the structure. Okay, right here we have 3 hydrogen. No, like this you can write. Right, so this like structure only called Sauer projection formula. Right, here also we can represent the first method. What is that? Wedge lines and dotted line. The same you can use. One may be the wedge line, another will be the dotted lines. So now we can understand all the different types of or different formation of bonds. Okay, right. Followed by this Sauer projection formula, we are going to see Newman projection formula. Okay, see, just if you take this Newman projection formula, you just consider there is a bond. Okay, now I am taking this bond. If I see through this front carbon, back carbon may be hidden. Okay, so by representing circle, you could understand there are two carbon. Front side carbon is considered as a circle. Back side, within the circle or back side of the circle, we have one more carbon. Okay, see this same Sauer projection. If you take it into in your hand, in the front side, if you see, you will get one structure. That is only Newman projection formula. See the Newman projection formula, right? See, we will represent with a circle. The front carbon, back carbon. Front carbon represent with a circle. Back carbon, we can consider back side to the circle. Okay. So in the front carbon, is there any atom connected means we can write like this. Okay. So here, as per the book, we can write A, B, C. Right. Later I will write some other example. Now the backside carbon also having some substituent, you know, that you can write from the circumference of that circle that indicates the atom present in the backside carbon. See the front full lines are represent the compounds are connected with the front carbon. Wherever I am writing from circumference of that circle, that bonds you can say D, E, F are connected in the backside carbon. Okay. So one example, if you see, you can understand what is that. It is given HOH, OHH, CH2OH, right? Glyceraldehyde. What's the name of this compound? Glyceraldehyde. For this glyceraldehyde, how do you write? There are two carbons. Okay, you just take it the front carbon. So yes, this front carbon, you make it circle. In the front carbon, we have one side OH, another side hydrogen, and one more CH2OH. The back side carbon, we have HOH, CHO, right? HOH, CHO. So this is a structure. So this line structure you can write in the Newman projection formula. Here they are telling there are different stages. Okay. Here we have seen with a 120 angle. Okay. Sometimes if you rotate again 60 degree, what will happen? It will coincide with the front carbon bond, so it may not be visible. The back side may not be visible. Okay. Staggered, we will call it. That we will learn later. Now it is written with 120 degree angle. Now isomerism. What is isomerism, my dear students? We may study in the lower class also. What is isomerism? See, isomerism means which having same molecular formula, but they are differ with their property. What properties? It may differ with physical property or chemical property or both physical and chemical property. So what is the definition for isomerism? The compounds represent two or more compounds with the same molecular formula but different structure, which having different properties. They are called isomerism. Okay. What is isomers? Isomers. The compound which involved in the isomerism is called isomers. Right? What are the compounds having like that structure? They are called isomers. Okay. See, difference property of two isomers differ because of their arrangement. This is important. Why, sir? They are having same molecular formula, but why they are differ with their properties? Because their maybe arrangement is different. We have seen many type of arrangement, you know. Because of that arrangement of substituent in the compound may produce different properties. Okay. So based on that, we are going to classify the isomerism. Okay. See, isomers, you can divide into majorly two types. One is structural isomerism. Nowadays we are telling constitutional isomerism. The another one is stereoisomerism. Right? Stereoisomerism. Now, what are the further division in the constitutional isomerism? Chain isomerism, position isomerism, functional isomerism, metamerism, tautomerism, and then ring chain structure. One by one we will see now. Then stereoisomerism. This very simple, only 4 types: conformational, configurational, optical isomerism, and then geometrical isomerism. Okay. Now, at least we will see 1 or 2. First, chain isomerism. What is chain isomerism? The compounds having same molecular formula, but the arrangement, the chain arrangement is different. Different in the arrangement of chain. Okay. If you see the example, you can easily understand. They are differ only in the arrangement of carbon atoms, or bonding is different, right? Yes, pentane. How do you write pentane? In control structure, CH3, CH2, 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 CH3. The same you can write CH3, CH3, CH, CH3, CH3. Now see, 2 carbon. What is the, so 2 compounds having same number of carbon? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. C5. Hydrogen 5, 7, 9, 12. H12. Check it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 5, 6, then 8, then 11. Check it properly. 3 plus 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12. Okay. So both compound having C5H12 arrangement, but they are differ with the arrangement of bonding or chain formation. The same you can write one more types also: CH3, 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 CH3. Okay, like neut compound. Okay, here also C5H12. So all the compounds having same molecular formula but different arrangement of a structure. Because of that chain, different in their chain arrangement, that is called chain isomerism. Next, position isomerism. See, position isomerism also very simple. Same molecular formula, but that they are different in position of the side branch. We can write branch or double bond